walking down the road carrying a gas can. If anybody drives by, I'm sure they'll think I ran out of gas. My driveway snowed in, so I got to blow it out, and it's too plugged up to pull in with the van. So I got to go get the snowblower running and blow from the out in, or blow from the in out. And of course, I'm guessing I'm out of gas, or mostly out of gas on the blower. So I got a gas can full of gas walking down the road in the middle of nowhere with my truck parked on the side of the road. Anyway, I'm almost to my driveway. Haven't met any cars yet, so I haven't had to have an awkward conversation. All right, I will catch you guys in a little bit. It's been a while since I've seen you. Well, we have lots to talk about, that's for sure. We have lots to do. It's always good to come around the corner, see the cabin in the distance. Whew, but this snow is really wet. It's 38 degrees today. I'm gonna have my work cut out for me blowing this stuff. And the cabin is in one piece. That's nice to see. First things first, I was going to start a fire, but I think I'm going to get some windows opened in here, get some heat in this place. Close to 40 degrees outside. That didn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. Huh, that doesn't sound nice. Well, it looks like we're shoveling. Good thing I don't have to go to work anytime soon. Whew. And of course that snow is just heavy and wet. But I at least want to get this shoveled out. Get the van in, get River in. Doggone it. Always something. The worst part of this is I'm walking on it. Well, I went to the cabin and I'm just packing it down, which is going to make it even tougher to move, especially if it gets cold tonight in all cases, which it's supposed to. Oh, these scoops weigh about 30 pounds, it feels like. Yeah, if you would just... Yeah, but you got to go fast though, because there's a lot of traffic comes over that hill really quick. Okay. So I'm going to scooch over, just get out of the road though. Yeah, okay.
And stay on this.
Yep, stay on this.
Don't turn off anywhere.
Nope.
You know, this is the craziest country I've ever seen. I went through...
You just came way north out of your way.
Yes,
So,
I sure did.
but all right, well, be careful and just keep going straight until you hit the stop sign. But you got about 20 miles, so you're very welcome. Well, I'm glad I got this shoveled out enough to get her turned around. Poor gal was trying to go south and she ended up going north, and she went about 20 miles out of her way. She had no idea where she was at. So happens, you get up in this country, everything looks the same, you know. I'm glad I could help her out. She seemed like a nice gal, and she's on her way safe and sound now, so we got to get back at it. We've barely made a dent. What I'm hoping is I can get enough of this shoveled out where I can at least get the van and the trailer in, but that means I'm gonna have to go almost all the way to the gate. You know, I was just thinking, if that snowblower would have started right away, I probably would have been back in there towards the cabin snowblowing. And that poor gal, she'd have never saw me out here. I'd have never saw her. And who knows where she'd have ended up. So, you know, maybe it's a good thing that snowblower didn't start and run right away. Maybe I was supposed to be out here shoveling the driveway by hand so I could be here right at the right time. Somebody needed me to be here. I don't know. You just never know how these things work sometimes, you know? So we got, should be enough to get in, okay. It might be a little narrow up in here. We'll just have to make the corner sharp, but at least we got the van off the road into the driveway access. Now let's see if we can get that blower started. It's always something, isn't it? We got a lot of snow. Just looking around, and I mean, it's as high as the garden planters. I thought it was wet last year. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a lake in here this spring. Especially if we get like a 60-degree day all at once. I mean, it's gonna be April next week. It's gonna start getting warm here really soon. All right, let's see if we can figure this out now. And just like that, one pull, and it's running perfectly. I think I was supposed to be out on that road. Okay, it is 5:33 and I'm having troubles because the snow is so wet it's clogging up the snowblower chute. And of course it's as high as it's knee-deep snow. So I'm going to see how long this takes me, but I'm guessing it's going to be long after dark before I'm done. So I will catch you guys either in the morning or tonight at the cabin once we get settled in. Whew, I can tell you right now though, I'm going to be stiff and sore tomorrow. But one thing I'm doing is I'm blowing as I'm looking for maple trees, because that's one of the big projects for this week is to tap some maple trees and make some syrup. Well, I finally came in a little bit after 9, but I ended up doing out to the outhouse and also out to the wood pile, so a little bit extra. Broke a shear pin, so I had to deal with that, and it was just a disaster. The snow was so wet and heavy. It kept getting caught in the body of the machine, and I'd have to get in there with a stick and break it loose. And I still need to do some cleanup tomorrow, but last week I fell and I did something to my shoulder, and man, that was just wrenching on that snowblower and putting leverage on it. Man, that was just absolutely killed. So anyway, I came in, River went outside for a little bit, and I think I'm probably just going to read and hit the hay a little early. It's about 10 o'clock now. Good morning. It is shaping up to be a beautiful day. It is supposed to be, I think, 40 plus degrees today. So we are going to do some cleanup around the yard with the snow, and then maybe look for some maple trees to tap and get that started. But first things first. What are you doing in the passenger seat, you goofball? River has a strategic observation point in the passenger seat of the van. He's looking out the window watching for squirrels in the nice sunny van. Well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. As you can see, I've had a lot going on in my life the past few weeks. As shown in the video, I retired from my job, and I am now a free man. After 32 years in my career, I decided enough was enough. It was time to pull the plug and move on to better things. Now, for those of you who have been following the channel for a long time, you've probably wondered why I've been gone for a while, and that's the reason. I've just been sort of finding my place again, so to speak, and catching up and tying up some loose ends and catching up on some odd jobs and projects that I had. So you might wonder, what is the status of the channel? So I thought I'd answer a couple questions while we were here, just to kind of clear the air on a few things. So my intention with the channel has always been that when I retire is to try to spend much more time creating quality content. And that means more videos, but having a higher level of skill in the videography department, and also just trying to make more interesting content. Now I will have time to do those things, and hopefully as time progresses you will see the channel get better as far as quality. So that's my main goal. So one of the benefits to retiring is I will be spending much more time up here at the off-grid weekend homestead. And I always use that term weekend homestead, and people think, well, you have a house, you know, in a different town and you don't live here full time. And no, I don't, and I've never pretended that I do. But one of the things that I've always wanted to do ever since I was a child was I wanted to learn to be more self-sufficient and less reliant on society and the world. And I didn't have the ability when I was young just to get 40 acres in Alaska and start from scratch. I either didn't have the time or I didn't have the money. Those things never seemed to come together at the right time. But what I did decide is that I have the ability to buy a small piece of land and little by little build it up into a place that I can spend extended periods of time, and I can practice skills that are traditional skills, and I can do things that will allow me to live more self-reliantly. Now I know that with my property and my lifestyle, I will never have a farm. And that is not something that I've ever been interested in. And my intent for being more self-reliant is living more with and off the land. So yes, I do intend to have vegetable gardens. I tend to do a lot of fishing, a lot of hunting, a lot of foraging. So rather than raising cows and pigs and being stuck and tied to a piece of property where I can't even go travel, or, you know, when you have livestock and animals, you're really tied to that property because you need to take care of them. And if you don't have anybody in some of these off-grid locations, you're really kind of stuck. And one of my intentions when I retire is to travel more. You know, I do have the van that I made into a quasi camper. And one of the things that I've wanted to be able to do is to go out to the desert and camp in the desert for a few weeks in the winter. Or the bread and butter will always be the weekend homestead. So not only will you get to join me up here in the beautiful north woods of wild Minnesota, but also for some travel adventures. I just wanted to make a real quick video, give you a status update of the channel, knowing that it had been almost a month since I had put out a video, and some of you were probably wondering, hey, where's Terry? What's up with Trey Runs Wild? Is the channel died? No, it is not, and I assure you, this is a new beginning. Welcome to a new chapter. I appreciate you. And as always, I will see you soon.